Anthropic's brand new model, Opus 4.6, is here. It's available today to level up your agentic coding in Claude Code. A lot has changed. There's some new features. Some things are good, some things are bad. We're going to be breaking it down all today as quick as possible and giving demos of each where applicable. Specifically, today we'll be covering the new feature of agent teams, the new /effort control, some of the behavioral changes in Opus 4.6, the differences in the context, input, and output windows. And a bonus, I'll tell you how you can get $50 of free credit in Claude Code today. I'm Matt Kuda. Let's get into the sauce. Real quickly, to make sure you can use Opus 4.6 in Claude Code, just run the command Claude Doctor. That should update the Claude Code and have the 4.6 model available. I've already ran it here, but once this is done, you can always type Claude again, type in /model, and you should see a 4.6 available here. Now let's get into the hottest new feature, agent teams. These are multiple instances of Claude Code that are going to work together on the task you give it to get it done. These are different from subagents, which are still available, as the subagents report to one main agent who are calling all the agents together, whereas these agent teams can all communicate to each other while completing the task to get it done more effectively. The docs here have the best explanation on how they differ. I'll link these below. But you can see agent teams use their own context window fully independent. The teammates can message each other directly. They create a shared task list with self-coordination. This is how they make sure they get the full task done start to finish, as opposed to using a main agent, like they say here, to kind of orchestrate them all. And these are best for complex work requiring discussion and collaboration, like large code-based review audits, which we'll see in a sec. And be aware these use higher token cost because each teammate is its own instance, whereas a team of sub-agents is reporting to the main caller. Again, that's the benefits of sub-agents initially, and be aware you can still use those. But how you initialize this is just go to your global settings.json file in Claude Code and make sure you have this here, Claude Code experimental agent teams, set to 1, quick change, save this, restart Claude Code, and you should see it available. Now, let's get an example going. Here I am in a project for a recruiting CRM for a client. And let's say, a lot of it was vibe coded, it's working, but because it's going to be storing personal data, I want to make sure it's secure and there's no bugs or leaks there. I can give a simple prompt to Claude Code specifying to use an agent team to do a full code review of this recruit-based project, review the architecture, check for security issues, evaluate the database schema, and when we kick this off, we should see a team spawning up with multiple agents. I could even get more specific and say, give me 5 agents on a team, all using Sonnet. We can see here it first makes the list of tasks we see, makes these tasks so it doesn't need a main agent managing them all. And once these tasks are done, it's going to start building some agents. We can see it's already making an architecture reviewer, using the code reviewer agent, using the same agent to be a security reviewer. Okay, it also made a database viewer and an architecture viewer. We can see all the tasks and who is assigned to who via these nice color coding. All right, and after about 6 minutes, it gives me this full code review report. And if we scroll through the logs, we can see, again, through color coding, what each agent did and kind of how they communicated to each other. Play around with this. If you typically use subagents for a workflow, see how agent teams work for you. Again, they'll use a lot of context, so just be aware of that. Though from what I'm seeing, they are getting pretty good results. And the other major new feature with Opus 4.6 is the new effort control. This is going to affect how eager Claude Code is to spend tokens in each request. We can see it here in Claude Code. If you just do the /model like you would normally do, you can see in the bottom left, there's those 3 bars for high effort. We can use the arrow keys to go to medium and low. Note that high effort is on by default. And what high effort is Claude Code will use as many tokens as it needs to get excellent results. No guardrails there. But if you lower it to medium or even low, Claude Code will say, hey, I could do more research here, but I'm going to stop because my medium effort is set. Therefore, I'm not going to blast through the user's tokens. right? So this might not get you as amazing results, or it might not use as many tool calls. But if you're worried about your usage and weekly expenditure, don't want to hit those rate limits, consider lowering your effort expenditure. So for instance, if you're just saying, hey, go through this repo and update all the buttons to this new style, you might not need high effort, right? Because then you're going to be reading every single file, doing deep analysis on it. That's going to blow through your expenditure. If you have it for low, you can easily make sure you're not blowing through your tokens for a simple task like CSS updating. And yeah, some of the best practices they say here is start with high. Again, the same experience as before. Switch to low for speed sensitive or simple tasks, like we said, updating buttons. Test it out, see what works for you. Try style updates with low effort, but if it's wasting time or not getting results, just go back to high effort. Let me know how this works out for you guys in the comments below. I'm curious. Now let's talk about the actual behavioral changes that are new in Opus 4.6 compared to 4.5. The biggest one, which I've been seeing, is it's going to read the code base before coding. It's going to actually see what's going on, not jump into a solution that might be incorrect, that therefore has to be refactored. Also, from my experimentation, what I'm seeing online, it's going to try multiple approaches before giving up. We already saw a lot of persistence in Opus 4.5 when that came out, but even with 4.6, if it can't get the solution, if it can't get your AI photo generation app working in one shot, it's going to have more tenacity to keep retrying before it says, hey, can't do this. Also, what I see in the docs is Opus 4.6 is going to think more deeply and carefully to revisit its reasoning before settling on an answer. Again, just more consistency there. Though be aware, that's going to lead to higher token usage. We'll get more on that later. Now let's get into some of the context and output stats with 4.6. It's still going to have a 200K context window. This is unchanged in Claude Code. If you're using the Anthropic's API for Opus 4.6, you now have a 1 million token context window. That's a pretty big change, though also be aware that's, tier 4 plus only for premium pricing, so be aware for that. It's going to have a 128K token max output, and the compaction capabilities are improved. Previously, they were happening on the client side. It would take a while, but now they're putting it on the server side for better performance. In their docs, they have the context rot stat of 76% retrieval versus 18.5% on Sonnet 4.5. So after compaction, it's going to essentially have still 76% of the previous knowledge compared to less than 20% before. So these long, deep sessions where you're working through a feature or a multi-step page, it's really going to nail these down. That, for the most part, covers all the features. Now, I promised you guys I'd let you know how to get the $50 in free API credits for Claude Code. Just go to your usages page, and you should see this nice little present with an easy button to get $50 in extra usage. You have over a week to claim it. I already claimed it, so it's not here, but go do that right now. Free money. We love that. Though something that does affect Claude Code users is 4.6 does have the tendency to overthink simple tasks, and this makes it tight for your limits on the Claude Code plans. From what I see in this Reddit thread, people are saying, yeah, its performance is, a little better. Only a bump from 4.5 to 4.6, so not a huge jump. But people are hitting their limits a ton. I personally haven't hit it yet. I've been kind of busy with travel and things recently. But just be aware, keep an eye on your usage tab, same tab that you got this free credits here. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of 4.5 in Claude Code. Is it working better for you? Are you hitting your limits? Is this a game changer for you? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned anything, you are obligated to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss the latest on the AI workflows I'm covering every week on this channel. I'm Matt Kuda. I will see you in the next one.